Now we begin in Naivasha, where all action is this weekend, and today is the second day. Already drivers are dropping off due to varying reason. Now let's get an update from Naivasha. Robinson Kenyan joins us live. Robinson, a crash in the morning and Kenyan drivers locked out of the competition. What is the latest?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Ashley Mazuri. Now, here in Naivasha, we've gotten, of course, an opportunity to speak to some of the Kenyan drivers, and this is especially with Team Cabraza, of course, the drivers that are in the same team with Tejveer Rai, who had an accident in the morning. He had a nosedive in the morning. He had to be lifted to Nairobi. And we got a chance to speak to Baldev Chaga, who is his teammate and is the first person actually that came close and helped, in making sure that Tejveer Rai is okay after getting that crash. He was really shaken. That is, Baldev Chaga was really shaken from the interview that we've had with him. The discussion we've had, he was really shaken. And at the moment, he's saying that he's hoping that everything is okay with Tejveer Rai. But remember, at the moment, we do have a Tejveer Rai after stage 4. He's the one who's leading the Safari Rally, followed by Ravanapela Kela, and of course at number 3 is Tanak, Tanak and Takamoto Katsuka. And the first Kenyan on the leaderboard is Onkarai, who's placed 8. Now remember, Onkarai is the brother to Tejveer Rai, who had an accident. We had a chance of speaking to Onkarai after completing the 3 stages that they had in the morning. That is Chui and of course Kedong and Oserian. And he says that the accident that happened to his brother, that is Tejveer, really affected him. Let's listen to some of the sentiments that he put out after finishing the 3rd stage in the morning. Let's listen to Onkarai speak.
Just had an unfortunate situation with my brother. Just praying that he's okay. Yeah, it's been a very tough morning for me, mentally as well. Just the last stages, just thinking that, hoping he's okay. It's very off-putting. Obviously, I didn't want to do the stage and just want to be and check on him, but he's in the best of hands right now, and everyone's looking after him, so I know he'd want me to carry on. You know, some of the brows we went over, we had to keep left, keep right, and the stones that have been thrown up on the road and we hit them. I think that's where we got our puncture. So yeah, it's really challenging and again, it's ever-changing conditions all the time, so we don't even know what to expect now the second time round. We're going to make some few changes to the car setup, but apart from that, let's see how it goes.
Of course, Onkarai speaking, on what happened to his brother, that is Tejveer Rai, in the morning after he crashed and had to be lifted to Nairobi, to make sure that he gets the best health care. And everybody, right here, all the drivers are wishing him a quick recovery, and probably some are still in shock after that accident. To be in particular, rather, the members are from Team Cabras. We spoke to the likes of Flash Tundo, who also say that Tejveer Rai is a great friend of his, and he's hoping that everything goes well for Tejveer. But remember, so far, Alfie Evans for Team Toyota Gazoo and also for Danny Sodo for Team Hyundai have retired, and also we do have Tejveer Rai, who crashed. Those are some of the names who have retired from the rally today. But we got a chance of speaking to some of the international drivers on how the experience of taking part in Safari Rally here in Naivasha. Some of them along the way they come across animals, and they had to be very, very careful on how they take part in that. Some had to be, some were saying that the roads are not what they expected. It's different from some of the rallies that they have been in. Rather, we spoke to Takamoto Katsuka, we spoke to Tanak, Sebastian Ogier, and Tejveer Rai, and here's what they had to say. Let's listen to that.
Then unfortunately we had an issue with damper, and I had to slow down a lot and nurse the car to the service to try to now fix it. And yeah, we expect even more complicated conditions this afternoon, so it's going to be a long day, I think. Well, now we're going to change suspension, which are broken for sure, but this afternoon we expect even more rough conditions. So like I say, more than ever, we have to keep the eyes open and try to solve. You see how many problems already happened this morning for a lot of cars.
We had a situation with some buffaloes in the last stage, and yeah, it was quite tricky.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good morning, and hopefully it's going to be a fantastic rally until the end now, for sure. But I mean, it's still so early in the race, and we have only done 3 stages, and probably not the roughest one. So yeah, we need to concentrate, do the same as we were able to do this morning, even in probably more rough conditions this afternoon, and try to gain experience for a very tough day tomorrow. I tried to protect the car as good as I could, but I had to say the suspension was working well as well, so there was no impact, no surprise so far. But this afternoon conditions going to change a lot from what we saw this morning or what we saw during the recce, so it might be rougher and there might be more surprises.
Of course, some of the drivers are speaking earlier on after the first stage. We had Thierry Nouveau, we had Sebastian Ogier, we had Ota Tanak speaking on their experience after the first, 3 stages in the morning. Right now, in the next 30 minutes from here at the service park, they still head to where they were in the morning. They begin with the Chui Lodge stage, and then they go to Kedong and Osirian. Remember, the first they're covering 13 kilometers in Chui. Then at Kedong they cover 32 kilometers, and after that they go to Osirian where they cover 18 kilometers. So we're waiting to see whether Thierry Nouveau will maintain his lead at the end of the day. Back to you, Ashley.
Robinson Okenya for that update. Of course, Robinson keeps on staying on that bit, and he'll be giving us more information on that. But let's now talk about teachers' elections. Remember, the Kenya National Union of Teachers are set to go to elections tomorrow, and they had from today 8 a.m.